course, as usual, I botched my qualifying. Second lap, I don't know how, but the first one I did have an off track.
Come on, you stupid fuck.
Jeez. So I did a practice beforehand for, I don't know, 20 laps, and I was probably running 133s, 133.7 is what I got to, I think.
All right, we're starting 15th here. As everybody comes down the front stretch, you see me tagging the end there. We ride along with a car ahead of us. So people are already getting into it in turn one. Jump back to my car, so you can see it kind of a little replay there. Kind of gets me all the way up to him as I zigzag through a couple cars there. This is my first official race here, so I tagged the back end because I didn't really know what to expect once everybody got in there.
Good start, mate.
One thing I did notice about that corner there, it does look like people sometimes overshoot it and they end up
The guy in front is Michael, D license.
they end up plowing right into the wall there. I see some people are a little sensitive already in the beginning of the race. Keep an eye on that guy. I believe that is the black car that actually took the black and green car around that was complaining. As I come around there, I just missed him, and then the car behind me destroyed him.
P11.
So far, we've gained 4 positions in the first lap. Now we're just going to make sure we stay clean and try to hit our marks, see if we can catch the next guys here. It'd be nice to get some actual racing in, and instead of just gain positions by people wrecking.
That's not what I wanted. I was hoping to kind of get a run on him through this long straight.
You're reeling, Michael. There's an incident in Decaturville hairpin. We think it might be Alan. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. There's an incident in racecourse. It looks like it's Graham. The leader has just done a 132.57. You're a second off the pace in Sector 1. Sector 2 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 3 is 1.7 seconds off the pace. Incident in Wakefield. It looks like Alan.
Apparently Alan got fed up with whatever was going on, and looking back at the replay, it looked like he decided to just end it for himself.
There's gonna take themselves.
Okay, Matt, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. P9. The guy behind has just done a 132.87. The gap ahead is now 1.7 seconds. That's your fastest lap today. There's an incident in the Kettville hairpin. We think it might be Carroll and Gage. That's a new fastest lap for Zach, 132.48.
I always seem to be the slowest when it comes to long straightaway corners. Right before that, right before the long straightaways, is always my worst. Seems to be one of my worst corners always, every track.
There's an incident in the Kettville hairpin. It looks like it's Pedro.
Oh, that was almost bad.
New fastest lap for Brian, 132.23. Okay, Matt, halfway home. Fuel looks good. 8th place.
Keep an eye on Pedro back there lurking as I'm trying to chase Michael down. At this point in the race, I'm trying to think of how can I make that corner better to get down these straightaways faster. Such long straightaways, if you don't hit them good, you can lose all the ground or you can gain all the ground, all in the long straight. For whatever reason, I can't seem to hit those things very well to give me a good run down the long straightaway. But at this point, I'm thinking, okay, if I can catch Michael, where am I going to pass him at? How am I going to pass him? This track doesn't have a lot of passing zones if I can't hit the corners good enough to get down the longer straightaways.
Pedro is reeling you in. The gap's now 0.9. You've just done a...
Finally, I get a good run up onto
134.08.
Michael, but just not good enough or I'm not aggressive
Okay,
enough
Matt,
to
5 minutes to go.
try to
5
get up
minutes left.
underneath him going
Incident
into
in
that
5.
turn
You
there.
think it might be Mitched?
But then I notice in the rear view mirror, here comes Pedro. Out of nowhere. Now I have to figure out how to get around Michael and leave Pedro behind me.
You're reeling Michael in. The gap's now 0.42.
Pedro starts flashing his lights back there, which I don't quite understand the whole thing about flashing lights. It's trying to throw you off or what, but Michael slows down a little bit. Coming to this corner, I have to touch the brakes. We give Pedro a good run. And he goes and does a dive bomb underneath Michael and I. At that point, I figure, might as well follow Pedro. So I dive under Michael, try to get in behind Pedro, go into the next corner, and I come in too hot. And I just destroy him.
That was my bad. That was my bad.
I
there.
felt like
Clear on
crap.
the left side.
Good work, mate. Keep it up.
All right. We're clear on the right.
Incident in race course. We think it might be.
That
Pedro.
was my bad. That was
We're
my bad.
damaged.
I felt like after he got by me, I got a little too aggressive, thinking,
Watch your
hey,
left.
we can have a good
Left
race
side is
going on here. And I end up just killing him. At that point, I don't even really care what happens. I
Car on your right.
lose
Clear
a
on the
few
right.
Cut
positions.
the
I
track. Keep it nice and
basically
tidy.
quit driving for a little bit. 'Cause I'm like, if he lived, I'm gonna give him his spot back. But I killed him. I did apologize to him. After the race, I sent him a message. I don't like driving that way. I don't want to drive that way. But sometimes things happen, I guess. Just I wish they didn't. Anyways, we get back to the race and Michael's back ahead of me. We got a lap car ahead of him. I'm able to get through the corner decent, and I'm close enough to Michael. I'm able to pull up on his draft. I don't know if he's seen what I did to Pedro or something, but I think I made him nervous. So I kind of poked underneath him going down this straightaway here, and I think I got in his head a little bit. Because he bounces it off the wall. He must be watching his mirror, because he just overdrives the corner. I get up back underneath him and get past him. And at that point, we just try to set sail and get this race over at this point.
7th position. All right, Matt. The next car is 1 lap behind. The car in front is car number 14. That's the new fastest lap for Brian, 1:31.63. There's an incident in Decaturville hairpin. It looks like Zach.
Now that I've gotten going again, I do kind of have a good feeling that I feel like I started to really kind of get the hang of the track. I wasn't bouncing it off the walls. I may have taken a little too much curb here and there, but this is my first official race on here, and I got 20 laps of practice before that. It's actually a pretty fun track. It is hard to pass. It is hard to pass if you're not good at hitting the corners before the longer straightaways, but see Michael's trying to hang on back there, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. If I mess up, he's going to be there. Come down the last corner, coming to the checkered here. Come all the way down, we hit that checkered flag. We finished 7th, started 15th, finished 7th. Good run, but
P7, that's the
that
finish.
incident with
Solid
Pedro
result.
just
Well
kind of
done,
took the
mate.
fun out of it. But we'll move on to the next race, and we'll see you on the next lap.